My name is Celeste Salerno, and I am a 27-year-old wife, mother, and student. The most important things in my life are my family, my education, and my household. So I choose today to talk about something that is going to have an impact on all three. First of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about my family. My family consists of my husband, Kyle. I also have a 4.5-year-old little boy, Alexander. My mother and my stepdad live directly across the hall from me. They are a large portion of my support group. My mom is my babysitter. She's my best friend, and she is also the one person that I rely on probably more than anybody in the world. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's here. My stepfather is here and some friends of the family, so thank you for being here to support me. What I choose to talk about today is a very important object in my life. Like I said, I am a mother, and this picture is proof that my family is expanding and growing. This is my ultrasound picture. It was taken around when I was 20 weeks pregnant. That was about 4 weeks ago. And this is a picture of the latest addition to our family. This picture inspires a lot of emotion, and I just wanted to talk about the experience surrounding it as well. The picture is very important, but the experience of how I got to having the picture is actually more important than that. Going in the morning of my ultrasound, I was nervous. I was so nervous. I kept thinking about everything that goes into having a baby. Is my baby going to be okay? Is my baby going to be healthy? Am I doing okay? More importantly, is my child doing okay? Is my little boy or girl going to have all 5 fingers and 5 toes? Is there potentially something wrong with my child, or is everything just perfect? We were also debating the whole ride to the hospital whether or not we were going to find out the sex of this child. With my son, my mother and I had decided before going into the ultrasound we did want to know. We actually took a bet on my first one and said that we were going to go out to lunch afterwards. She was going to buy lunch if she was right and it was a girl. I thought it was a little boy and said I would buy lunch if I was correct. I ended up winning, and I treated my mom to a really nice lunch. So, walking into the ultrasound, my feelings were so mixed. I was so happy and excited I was going to get to see my baby, and I was scared at the same time. We brought our 4.5-year-old Alexander to the ultrasound with us. I thought that it would be a wonderful way to introduce him to the newest member of our family, and thought it would be really neat if he would get to be able to see the baby. He was able to tell that there was something kind of going on with my stomach, but he wasn't able to tell too much of what it was. He knew there was a baby, but I don't think it was all that clear on how everything was working out. So, the ultrasound started, and I laid down, and my family got settled in, and one of the very first images that I saw was just kind of this blob on screen, and the images weren't clear, but as the ultrasound progressed, you could very distinctly see head, hands, feet. There were 5 fingers, 5 toes, all the right appendages were there. Towards the end of the ultrasound, the lady asked, she goes, well, I'm able to tell. Would you like to know if you're having a boy or a girl? Kyle and I just looked at each other and smiled, and I think by that time curiosity had gotten the best of us. So we went ahead and asked, and she said, you are going to be having another baby boy. At that time, 4 weeks ago, the baby was 11.5 inches long and weighed 1 pound 3 ounces. And the due date didn't change. And our baby is healthy and right on course. All the measurements are right. Everything technical that goes into it, which I don't really understand, is supposedly right on cue. So, this picture represents a huge change in my life, a huge change in my family's lives, and this is something that I'm always going to treasure. This is a picture the stenographer printed out for my family, and the frame is also of significance too. This frame was given to me by my husband Kyle for Christmas. It was the very first baby present that I received. The frame says, "Thank heaven for little babies," and I didn't know at that time that I was going to be putting my ultrasound picture in it. After we were done with the ultrasound, they printed out this big 5x7 picture, and when I got it home, I remembered the frame that was just sitting wrapped in a box. I knew exactly what the frame was meant to do. So, this object is very near and dear to my heart. This baby is going to change my life and my family's life for the better. We are very, very excited. Now I know what clothes to buy, and now I know that my baby is healthy. Another interesting fact is we already had names picked out. If it was a little girl, she was going to be named Tamara Marie. And we had decided that if it was a little boy, it was going to be Kyle Joseph Jr. after his daddy. My first son is Alexander Anthony, and he is named after my great-grandpa and my grandpa. So I think that children and their names are a great way to show respect to wonderful people in your lives. And I just wanted to say my ultrasound picture is something that I will never forget. So thank you very much for watching this week. Thank you to my family, and hopefully you enjoyed it.
7 minutes.